Hello everybody, I am the fox with the chipped ear, and before I go through every one of StarShadowWolf's videos that responded to me, well, I'm from the last live response stream, I'm gonna get used to not stuttering as much. It'll get better every time I do a live stream response. So, after I go through every response that StarShadowWolf has made to me, I'm gonna note something. I'm gonna point something out. The thumbnail hasn't changed, but after I end the stream, I will hopefully change the thumbnail so it doesn't confuse other people. So sorry for that inconvenience. Well, let's begin. Alright. Well, let's just open up his channel in another tab. So, let's look here. He's made 4 response videos to me. And you know what? Since it's really entertaining just to debunk him in a live stream response than to just go back and forth with videos, which technically this is my second live stream response. As noted before, I'm gonna change the thumbnail of this stream because, I couldn't change the thumbnail in the Creator Studio. So sorry about that. Without further ado, let's begin.
Hello Wolfpack, I am StarShadow, and I want to give a message to the fox with the chipped ear. So this video isn't really going to be anything like properly scripted or anything like that. It's just going to be a response to a couple of his videos to him directly. If you want the context to what I'm going to be talking about, I'll put a link to the Fox with the Chipped Ears channel, as well as EMC and Going Gone. I don't even know if Going Gone has a channel though, in the description.
Well, you could have responded to the videos where I made arguments, in the position to prove that the roast game is fact, like the video where I've proven that the calories add up, like the recent video where I fact-check an ABC News article. Remember that? Well, you didn't do that, did you? You only had to respond to just a few videos because you just wanted to. By the way, I'm not being petty just by mentioning that. Let's continue.
So basically, we're just gonna jump right into this.
Alright, there's the fair use.
So the video starts with 12 seconds of a fair use and notice and disclaimer. So my first thing is, since he's being pretty petty in this video, I'm gonna be a little petty as well.
How is that me being petty? There were times where I've made videos criticizing Odin Wolf and I had a disclaimer, or I guess well, I didn't really have a disclaimer for that video criticizing Odin. You know what I mean? Like any video at all I've made in the past, those videos still get false flagged. And even when I mention that, you still call me petty for no good reason, but just to project onto me. Oh, he responded to me. That means he must be acting petty towards me. Well, continuing on.
Shorten that, dude. 5 seconds is all you need. Nobody wants to sit through 12 seconds of a disclaimer.
See? He's petty. But I fixed that. So just fair use disclaimers are 5 seconds now. There. How do you like it now? Alright guys, this is the final message to Going Gone. I want to get this shit out of the way before I can let this whole debacle / drama be a thing of the past. So, I've been looking through my DeviantArt notifications. I found this comment, and I see Going Gone say this.
Oh, hello, Brian. Kincaid, Xscape, and I had a suspicion you weren't the real artist of this beautiful piece. Nice job, by the way, One Skylight One. So we tracked it down from beginning to end and found this. Mostly thanks to Kincaid, though. Nice job, asshole! Not only are you a conspiracy theorist, an egomaniac, but you're a thief as well.
You could have put commas in that last part. And that's just me being petty. Really? Just go ahead and continue watching the video. First off, there's a punctuation error in your own comments.
So here he goes with the first bit of pettiness, calling out a punctuation error. It's so stupid.
Second, even if I'm an art thief, which I admit that I am, that doesn't address any arguments I made, or the evidence I presented, or the truth behind all my claims.
You're right, it didn't address any of your claims or arguments about the roast game. It wasn't meant to. It was meant...
Okay. Then why are you still making the ad hominem attack, then? Oh, it's not meant to address you. It was only meant to, you know, call you out for your bullshit, which there wasn't really any.
And to call out the fact that you are an art thief, as well as these other things, such as a conspiracy theorist.
No, that's just how dishonest he is. He's really that fucking dishonest. He has to, you know, call me a conspiracy theorist, which pretty much everyone knows that's not what you do. If you want to address somebody's argument, you don't just want to attack the character of your opponent. I mean, I do know my fallacies, but come on, don't be petty about that. Whatever. Not only have you proven my point by saying this from the whole debacle, quote unquote.
Whether or not the roast game is true, you're still a conspiracy theorist.
Well, it was whether your roast game is true or not, but I just said it as whether or not the roast game is true, since how Going Gone said it in that comment during that whole debacle was really subjective, when it did not need to be subjective. But you doubled down on it, and did it again. And no, I am not trying to reignite the drama. So here is my final message to Going Gone. 2 words. You lose.
You say that he lost, yet you're the one who closed the discourse and blocked and banned him.
You're still claiming that he won. You don't care about the debate. You only care about your own confirmation bias. That if I just stop talking to Going Gone or stop debating with him, that it's just gonna automatically prove your point. That's your confirmation bias. And the fact that you don't even see that, or if you do see that, you don't care about that anyway. I mean, it's just stupid how you are that fucking dishonest. You have the motherfucking audacity to claim all these things about me and then strut around like you won anyway. Strut around like you're always right and I'm always wrong. Which, by the way, that is confirmation bias. Let's move on.
As soon as he disagreed with the roast game, I'd say you lost the moment you closed that door.
Even though you see how retarded you sound right now, Star Shadow. We haven't even finished this video, and instantly, this is how petty you are. So you could start shit for no good reason, all because you wanted a fucking fair bidding. You always wanted to have top filling for this whole drama, just so you can get attention out of it. I mean, this drama's dead, but I'm just doing a live stream response, just to top it all off. Though this wasn't really a debate, you had no case anyway, that I am a conspiracy theorist. You're only using that as a derogatory term just to discredit me.
You're right, it wasn't a debate, because you closed forced to a debate as soon as we disagreed with you.
Then why'd you say he fucking won, you idiot? If it was just a waste of fucking time, then don't claim he won just because you side with him politically. Do you know how much of an ideologue you sound right now? Jesus. Talk about, the fact that you side with him just because he agrees with you. And you're trying to paint me out as this cock. Trying to make me out as some sort of, Steve Shives. But I'm not. I only block troll comments. I'm not trying to start shit with anyone. I was just merely proving my point. And going on in that whole debacle kept wasting my time with not even taking any of those links into account, even though I had to delete those links to the comments. By the way, that's not evidence that I'm hiding anything. Moving on.
And yeah, you are a conspiracy theorist. It's not just a derogatory term. It is what you actually are. You are spreading lies as truth. Passing the roast game off as truth. You claim that people actually ate their children as Christmas roast, and you cannot give any reasonable evidence to back up that claim.
Any reasonable evidence? What do you mean, any reasonable evidence? Any evidence that tells you that you're right and that I'm wrong? If you haven't seen the videos, or if you have, but you had to lie about those videos that I made without addressing them. If you did not address the videos where I've argued that the roast game is fact, then that does not mean either Going On or you won anyway. So that has proven my point. That not just the roast game is fact, that you guys lost this whole debate in reality. Not even 4 minutes and I'm already just debunking the shit out of your video.
You are spreading a conspiracy theory.
Okay? I'm sorry, I'm just laughing because it's that fucking funny. It's how salty you are. That you're the one claiming that I'm lying. Even though Going On is actually lying about me. And so are you and all the others that called me a conspiracy theorist. There's reasonable evidence to prove that the roast game's fact, that the calories add up, that the death toll fits with reality. As in counting off the deaths of, from any other cause of child deaths in America. And whatever's left afterwards, after all those statistics, that's the answer I have. And that's the amount of, 977,280 children were slaughtered and eaten as Christmas roasts every single fucking year. And you're gonna call that a lie? In spite of the fact that I have proven it? Man, you have such a lack of self-awareness. It boggles my mind. It blows it. Continuing on.
You had two choices. Either put up or shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
But you chose not to put up and to make claims without evidence. Then later on in the debacle, you resorted to ad hominem attacks, appeal to emotion, appeal to authority, special pleading, a straw man, and so on and so forth. Hey, Going On. Remember these two words.
You lose. And that's not really hard to say. You lost, Going On. Really? You thought this one whole debacle / quote unquote debate was gonna prove anything? Yeah, it was a waste of time. But look at those videos I've made on my channel. If you look at them very carefully, go through every source, don't just say you went through every single source, but then deny the credibility of those videos by attacking my character, calling me a conspiracy theorist, a liar, and an art thief just to dismiss my arguments and my credibility anyway. That's what you guys done months before.
I'm the fox with the chipped ear, signing the fuck out. Case closed.
I do not agree with the ad hominems or the attacks in any way, shape, or form.
But why do you use ad hominem attacks if you thought that you disagree with using ad hominems? Seriously, if you disagree with just using ad hominems, why the fuck would you do it then? Or wait, am I just taking you out of context? Seriously, let's figure it out. Continue.
But they did present proper evidence to refute your claims, which you...
Going gun, the one son of a bitch only gave me one source which I clicked through, and it's like, what do people eat on Christmas? And it's like ham or turkey or shit. Even though I've debunked that claim before. You didn't care about that. You only cared about your own confirmation bias. That even a contradiction to your own world of view would mean that I'm threatening you in a way where your self-confidence would be outnumbered. Let's continue watching the video.
You did not have sufficient evidence to back up. You were the one who lost the debate. If you could...
You're still calling it a debate even though it wasn't. That just proves your confirmation bias. I've said this multiple times before.
You can even call it a debate. Well, that's pretty much the end of the first video. I'm going to move on to the next video and see what he has to say to EMC.
Here we go again. But this time it's another video.
Again, with the 12-second disclaimer, we don't need it to be that long.
Well, okay, again, I fixed that mistake. Now, with any response video, rant video, or any video like that, I've shortened that. Don't let videos I made in the past get you to being so petty over just 12 seconds. You know, there's a lot of text in that fair use disclaimer. But just because I only, display it for 12 seconds, that doesn't mean that people are not going to pause it and read it and then just play through it. I mean, some people won't even have the chance to read it fully without the fucking thing going out, but without the disclaimer going away into the video. Like, going away as in, beginning the video or playing the video. You know what I mean? I'm just going off a tangent. Continue.
Seriously, 5 seconds is all you need.
Oh, that's just an old intro. The fox with the chipped ear. Yeah, it's sort of cringy.
Cringy intro is cringy.
Yeah, cringy intro is cringy.
Okay, guys, to put the final nail in the coffin of this drama, I have to make a final response to Escape 69. How am I gonna do this? You may ask. Remember the last time I roasted the shit out of Escape 69?
Yes, I do remember that time, and you really didn't roast him. It was really cringe and bad.
Oh, you're saying it's cringe and bad. I must be doing a great job.
Ed. Oh, for those of you who don't know, Escape 69 is EMC.
Well, yeah. You're saying me roasting him was cringe and bad, while ironically just, ignoring the fact that I actually did a great job in roasting him? No, seriously, take that into account. Oh, let's continue.
Well, that's nothing compared to what I'm about to show you, because I find this shit pretty fucking autistic. And I believe that he needs to be called out on it. I don't care if you use the "it's just a joke" card to deflect any criticism. I'm not trying to reignite the drama or start any more shit with you. It's called Brian's Esoteric Ecstasy, which was posted on December 11th.
Now that is cringy. And Esoteric the Free did not even consent to this troll making this shitty story on Wattpad. Plus, EMC is a troll.
2018. And the description reads, NSFW, lots and lots of smooch, smooch, slobber, slobber, yum, yum kisses.
I misread that. I said kisses instead of kissies. But that's okay. He laughs at that because he thinks it's funny. Oh yeah. Only some shit that, you know... Only some shitty story that's about me and Esoteric the Free or Esoteric Entity kissing is funny. But when I roast the shit out of EMC, Will Kincaid, and, you know, somehow proven my point after all this, that's bad and cringy. You know, the hypocrisy with Star Shadow was pretty mind-blowing.
Oh, that's funny.
Great with the NPC-style sense of humor. Oh, let's only laugh at Trump. Let's bash Trump. Oh, oh, yeah, he's a Nazi. He's a fucking racist. Trump's an idiot. He was unfit for presidency. You know, like, just like that. But this time it's only attacking my character. And that shit is not just unfunny, but it's uncalled for. That's fucking stupid. And it's cringy and bad. I can actually say that about this troll's fucking Wattpad story. Continuing.
Alright. That's a funny joke right there. He told me he was writing that. That's funny. I mean, that's obviously not meant to be taken seriously.
Well, of course not. But I responded to it anyway.
But oh boy.
And all I have to say is, really?
Look at this shit.
Fuck, dude. You really went that far? I don't even fucking know how Esoteric the Free's gonna react to this. I just don't. It's fucking retarded. Plus, it's cringy as fuck.
Who would disagree with that? Who would disagree with the fact that that Wattpad story is cringy as fuck?
It's meant to be cringy. It's
Yes. Yeah, it's meant to be cringy. But then why would you why would you make that Wattpad story if you're only complaining that my content was cringy? Fucking hypocrite.
It's meant to be retarded. That's the whole point of the joke.
Okay, the audio's good?
You
Okay, I'm
say
just
this
checking.
is cringy and retarded when pretty much everything that comes out of your mouth is the same way.
Oh, talking about the salt. Talking about, like, being ignorant and not even taking anything into account, because fuck that. Or else there goes my entire position that Brian Mullins the Fox is a conspiracy theorist out of the fucking window. And there goes my ego. Fuck me.
Who in their right mind would write shit like this? Only someone who tries to be edgy in spite of the fact that he knows that he was one of the two people that were responsible for raiding my former Discord server.
Okay, those two are completely unrelated. Him trying to be edgy and him raiding your Discord server are two.
Oh yeah, you're just gonna be apologetic about them raiding my Discord server. Oh, being edgy and raiding your Discord server are two different things. Really? Did I just contradict myself there? No, you fucking retard. He was trying to be all edgy with the autism memes and so many others, raiding my Discord server. So those two things are not different. They're not completely separate from one another. They coexist with one another. Him being edgy and raiding my Discord server. You see, you just gotta deny reality. You just gotta deny what happened. So it just best suits your narrative that I'm a conspiracy theorist.
Completely unrelated things, so I don't know why you would talk about them like they're related. Second of all, he was trying to be edgy because he wanted to make an edgy joke.
Okay, why'd just say it was two different things? Oh, it's totally different of him just being edgy and raiding your Discord server. You just said it as if you're saying that you were implying that he didn't when he did. I'm just making sure that you know about the lack of self-awareness you have, Star Shadow.
Alright, he was just trying to make an edgy joke. You know him, since you've talked to him before this whole thing started, we used to be friends. You know he has that edgy kind of humor.
And even before that, he
A rather cringy sense of humor.
called me a pussy because I flagged one of his videos for him humiliating me on purpose just to get me to stop posting about the roast game.
Like, you know, intentionally humiliating me like that, that's funny. But when I, you know, respond to you and criticize you, that's not okay. I mean, if I just roasted the shit out of EMC like I did and roasted the shit out of Will Kincaid, that's not okay. But when when you did the same shit to me, that was funny as hell and that was all A-okay? Motherfucking hypocrite.
I think he called you that for doing that because it wasn't trying to get you to stop making videos about the roast game. Well, I guess he kind of was, because he was trying to refute your quote-unquote evidence.
And he fucking failed. And even, you know, one time when I used to be in Shane Killian's server once before I left or something, that, don't you know that, you know, like, why 12 dislikes? You know, this video was made by a troll. I mean, other people outside of your in-group think that this was a troll just trying to refute it, but literally contradicting himself way too many times to count. Like, way too many times than I care to remember.
Because it is false, and he can easily do so.
Oh yeah. Just, you know, siding with him and just his failure of an attempt to debunk, you know, that video where I've proven that the calories add up is surely just debunking my video. Just pointing out the amount of fucking hypocrisy, confirmation bias, and your will to lie about me to other people while accusing me of doing it himself.
You flagging his content, that content just proves that you do want to just silence him for proving you wrong.
Confirmation bias again. It's just, how fucked do you have to be just so you can say that you guys, as a fucking collective or group, that you're always right, and anybody like me or like anybody else outside of your in-group are wrong automatically, and anything that they will ever say is automatically invalid. Just, and you're conservative, so and I'm a libertarian, but it has nothing to do with our political views or economical views or whatnot. Continuing.
You can't take the fact that you got proved wrong.
Do you know how much a turkey weighs? Why did he say that it's not based on weight? Oh, I could just put a ton of Panera bread rolls onto a plate and how many calories just wouldn't matter. You know, what if people put sauce on their ham? Oh, what about taking off the fat? He's just avoiding the point and contradicting himself and making a complete troll out of himself. Like he essentially meant to be. Okay? Let's continue.
You just tried to delete the evidence that you were...
Delete the evidence? Delete the fucking evidence? Who's calling me a conspiracy theorist? Who's calling me a fucking conspiracy theorist? You are. Because you're claiming that I'm hiding evidence, deleting evidence, in spite of the fact that just humiliating someone just because someone else disagrees with me is just automatically proven. It automatically proves that I'm wrong. I mean, That's not how it works. You can't just go along with your confirmation bias. It's like I keep saying confirmation bias more times than I care to even remember in this one stream.
And hide it from everyone else.
As I explained,
I didn't hide anything from anybody else. It was just him, you know, humiliating me, belittling me for just proving my point and him failing to do so. Like, for him failing to do the same. But trying to debunk my video just didn't really go well for him.
in the video issuing a 5-month-long drama. And yes, that Relax with the Chip Deer is silly is an abusive title. Because not only were you trying to discredit me, you fail miserably.
I had to add on to that. He was trying to belittle me. Belittling your opponent is not addressing your opponent's argument. It only makes you guys out to be just a bunch of fucking idiots that can't even fucking take the mere fact that families ate their own children as Christmas roasts. You just have to deny that. You're denying reality. You're denying calories. You're denying the simple plausibility of the roast game theory and how plausible it is. Just like the theory of evolution, like I've said before.
But you attempt to humiliate me, and you do so intentionally just to get me to stop.
It is abusive? I think it's just a silly little title.
I think it's just a silly little title, so I can make excuse to whatever shit we do. Oh, so we just want to be edgy. Subscribe to me. I'm like edgy as fuck, you know. And I have like some sort of anime icon as a profile picture that I don't even fucking own. Oh, but this furry's an art thief, or this guy's an art thief, and he should be the only one that no one else should ever be trusted. Yeah, calling out your hypocrisy is just bad and cringy to you guys. But only when you guys do the same shit, it's okay when you do it.
He puts on his videos, like all of his videos. And he doesn't fail miserably. He actually succeeds pretty well.
Only if you're a fucking retard. How's that for like a comeback? Him belittling me not even doing the same to you, you know? Because I'm not even belittling you at all. I'm just simply criticizing you for the fact that you're this dishonest and that you could just simply go with what some troll said on the internet, like saying, oh, how much does a turkey weigh? Because, you know, the amount of calories in food it's not based on weight. And how do we measure the fucking calories, you fucking idiot? God damn. The fact that you guys were this salty just makes it even funnier.
He may seem like an idiot, but he can be smart when he wants to. And I think he did a very good job in that video.
He did a shit job. That's not him being smart. That's him just being an idiot. Learn to think outside your own confirmation bias. Learn to think outside of the box and stop being so close-minded. You can't. It's because you trapped yourself in your own rabbit hole, in your own echo chamber.
But calling me a pussy right before you invited a few toxic shitposters to raid my Discord server when you were a part of the raid alongside with Slowpoke Garcia?
Okay, this really gets me angry.
Oh yeah, because that just really, you know, gives detail on how edgy you guys were trying to be. Oh, and I remember the timeline of those events. Before he raided my Discord server, he called me a pussy. But then he's proven himself to be the pussy because I don't do that shit. I don't go that low just to harass somebody because I disagree with them. So like, just why not? Why not just only claim that we're right and him always being wrong? Maybe that's just not edgy enough. Or maybe that's just not edgy at all.
Slowpoke Garcia was not part of that raid. He was not trying to start anything. He was not trying to get involved.
He was in my server when all this shit happened. And even, I mean, I've mirrored this video I made months ago in a channel, like it's called my commentary channel or something, but it's not big, it's tiny. It's a tiny channel with 4 subs or something. It's shown Slowpoke Garcia sharing a link to my Discord server to those who would raid it. Like, lying about the fact that they've raided my Discord server, including Slowpoke Garcia. It's just really ironic that you had to deny that. I mean, Slowpoke was in my server the time it happened. Then I had to ban them all. Because you know what? You know why? Because I don't like being harassed. You don't just harass and belittle your opponent because you disagree with them. Who's the real pussy?
And you blaming him for this raid really gets me angry.
It's because it's the truth. And you know what? The truth hurts like a bitch. But who's the bigger bitch? You or the truth? Has to be you. Yeah.
Because he had
Sorry.
nothing to do with this. He's a good man and a good friend. He doesn't do that kind of stuff.
Talk about serious white knighting. No, seriously. Talk about serious white knighting. You're defending Slowpoke in spite of the fact that he was a part of this whole damn thing while he was in my server at the time. And you're just white knighting for Slowpoke and going on and all these people. It just means that you're acting this petty just so you can try to suit your narrative.
You know that. Like I said before, you were friends with us before. I don't know about the other guys. I don't know about EMC or Going Gone, but I...
But why'd you white knight for them anyway? Why'd you side with them? It's because you wanted to.
know for a fact that Slowpoke Garcia would not do something like that.
Just really meant that you shown your true colors. As a bitchy, edgy tryhard who fails miserably to admit that he's wrong.
Again, he's not wrong. You're the wrong one.
You just had to project. Just after I said that, in response, you desperately project the fact that you guys are wrong onto me simply because I was belittled by some troll on the internet, by some edgy tryhard kid on the internet that only got famous, like the video got over 1,000 views, and that video was called just Spider-Man Says the N-Word. I mean, is that really anything relevant? It's just a shitty video. I don't make videos like, oh, I'm gonna say the N-word because that's racist. And, you know, I'm moving off to an irrelevant topic, but I'm going to go back to the video now.
You're the one who can't admit that you're wrong.
And exposing yourself in the process. I've got 2 words for you, Escape69. Though you ironically changed your channel name. You lose. Not only that you exposed yourself, I know you're just going to use the "it's just a joke" card to deflect any criticism from your shitty story that you wrote, but it's only obvious that you lost. And I know I've done my last response to Going Gone and Will Kincaid, therefore making this the final response to you, essentially putting the final nail in the coffin of this drama. And yes, I still remember debunking your shitty-ass long video called The Roast Game is Fact. I couldn't believe that you would take everything so fucking seriously.
And you know what the funny thing is? He didn't give a single link. He didn't even link my fucking video. He didn't link my fucking channel. He didn't put any link in his description. So his entire video essentially held no water.
Yet overreact to everything that is shown to you, including proof that the calories add up. Hey, Escape69, remember these 2 words.
You lose.
He didn't lose. You're the one that lost.
This was just the longest, pretty much the longest videos out of all the 4 fucking video. Oh wait, no wait, that's not the longest video. This one is. Just by like 23 seconds. Well, thankfully I corrected myself as quickly as I could.
Again, you're the one who closed the door to proper discourse and proper discussion.
You're still taking it seriously. Way too damn seriously, obviously.
About this topic. You're the one who cut us off. You're the one who blocked and banned up. And he...
Blocked and banned up. I blocked you guys. It's because you were harassing me. When someone's harassed on the internet or on Discord, they have every fucking right to block people like you if you're such a problem to a person like me. So you're not even addressing any argument. You're just saying that I'm wrong because I was harassed. That's fucking bullshit.
He didn't ironically change his channel name. And he didn't do it for the reason you think he did. He did it because he changes his name very often. He moves from one name to another in on almost a weekly basis.
You know, the difference between when he changed it to EMC and the time that he changed it to Xscape 69 after just Xscape were months in between. There were just months in between.
You're right. That story wasn't necessary, but it was funny. I didn't read it.
No, it wasn't.
Just the title alone was enough to make me laugh.
Oh yeah, just the title.
Just a joke card wouldn't be used to...
Oh yeah, just because it has my name in it, just because it has Esto's name in it. Oh yeah, that's funny. Oh, it's like when a late night show host, you know, makes a fucking skit where it has the word Trump in it and just bashing Trump all the time. Yeah, just like that. It's like, so funny to me, isn't it? Not.
To deflect any criticism. It would just be stating what it actually is. A joke. You can criticize the joke all you want, but it was still only a joke. The calories may...
You're still deflecting the criticism anyway.
may add up, but who you want, but it was still only a joke. The calories may add up, but who cares? You have not provided any evidence.
See? His confirmation bias again. The calories may add up, but it doesn't fucking matter. You would be admitting that you're wrong. And the fact that you're this biased just proves my point, simply and surely.
Any historical evidence that people ate their children as Christmas roast. Give us something, anything, arrests, missing persons reports, something historical, some form of historical documentation that children were going missing and later being found eaten.
What, missing reports? They're called death certificates. Oh, but why does that matter, right? Because everyone would see that I'm a conspiracy theorist. Give me a break. Get the fuck out of here. Really? Get the hell out of here. Yeah. Well, what are you gonna say? Oh, any missing reports or something? You know, police reports. If there's no law against cannibalism in the United States itself, then there shouldn't have to be a missing persons report. Because it's not a conspiracy. You fucking potato. It's not a fucking conspiracy. Okay? Alright, we're almost through our video, and I'll be right back. I gotta blow my nose real quick. hang on tightly. Just stay tuned. I'm back, and yes, that was sort of quick. I had to make it quick. So we're almost through his first video in response to me. We're gonna go through all of them. It's gonna be a long stream, so hope you like it. And for those who dislike the stream, you're proving my point by just disliking the stream. Here we go, let's continue.
So throughout both of these videos, you show that you are a hypocrite, petty, and completely retarded.
I'm a hypocrite. You're continuously making me laugh. You're making me laugh every time you call me an insult. I find it cute. What if this stream gets flagged down because I, think that you insulting me is cute? Just, to make fun of you, like, to, respond to your videos through every last second of them?
You admit to being a thief. You give retarded claims.
This is just arguments from his or just statements from his incredulity.
And you say that we lose the debate, even though you are the one who closed the door to discussion a long time ago. As soon as you closed that door, you were the one that lost. So.
And you're still implying that it's a debate. It's because you're that biased. It goes all the way back to confirmation bias. I think it's sort of circular, though.
How about if you really want to win this, come with facts? Proper facts to prove us wrong. The calories adding up has nothing to do with this.
It has most to do with the roast game itself. I mean, come on. I've just debunked an ABC News article. I mean, if you watch that video and you still don't care, why'd you still call me a conspiracy theorist? It's because you're a dishonest little chicken shit that can't even take a remote bit of criticism without just, calling me a dick over it.
Okay? You gotta bring real evidence. Documentation. Historical documents that prove that this happened. Now, I hope...
It really boils down to just either come with, either say what we want you to say or shut the fuck up. No matter if you actually bring evidence against their arguments or their false narrative, they won't care about facts at all. They would still call me a conspiracy theorist. It's because they're that fucking biased.
You have a good day. I hope that maybe one day we can...
Yep, that's just basically the end of his first video. Alright, let's go through his next video, which is pretty much the longest of his 4 videos. We're gonna go through it, all of them. I mean, this is my first time just going through all these 4 videos in a stream ever, so let's go through it.
Hello, my beautiful pack. I'm StarShadow, and welcome back to the response video.
Yeah, the same person that called me a fucking hypocrite steals art from somebody who didn't even give any fucking, credits to it. And now, I'm the fucking hypocrite? Get that shit out of here. You're the biggest hypocrite of them all. Just have to point that out, you fucking pussy.
Today we're going to be looking at a video Ryan recently posted, not mentioned in it. What an honor. So, anyway, let's jump right into it.
Yep. Let's go with the fair use. Same shit as last time.
Hi everyone, I am the fox with the chipped ears.
It's gonna be copyright.
I'm here to prove that public records don't change the fact that families ate their own children as their Christmas roasts after slaughtering them for not believing in Christmas.
Oh, are you now?
Yeah.
Thought it'd be good.
Then, I will explain to you how the roast game theory works, and I will show you a great analogy and a final rant at the end. This will be a long commentary video, by the way. So, without further ado,
Gonna go through clearing my
let's
throat,
begin.
but okay.
First, you may be asking yourself, what is the nature of a death certificate?
This is just a whole lot of reading straight from Wikipedia, which if you really want to read the whole thing, I'll put the links in the description.
Okay. About the documents point. Okay, he did. So what? There was still context in that Wikipedia article that you somehow conveniently left out.
Basically, this means that only if the death of a child is by disease, murder, which is illegal, or kept hidden from the public, it's...
That was where he cherry-picked. So, he would just respond to anything I said after just cherry-picking that part out. So, he loses by default by taking my whole video, pretty much, out of context.
It's totally different when a child is slaughtered for not believing in Christmas, because that falls under cannibalism. But just because it's technically not illegal, it doesn't mean that death records of any child that was slaughtered for not believing in Christmas is automatically required regardless.
No, it isn't different. Slaughtering a child as Christmas roast is murder.
But that still falls under cannibalism nonetheless.
Which is defined as the unlawful, premeditated killing of one human being by another. And the fact that cannibalism was involved does not mean they can't be charged with murder for the slaughtering of the child.
What do you mean it's murder? If cannibalism is not illegal itself, why would you characterize it and label it as murder? Oh, because, won't somebody please think of the children? I'm not being a hypocrite. I'm just saying that he's using an emotional argument, as I pointed out before.
Making the death certificate required. I'll have a separate video addressing this in greater detail in the description of this video.
Well, he's only made like a story video just to prove me wrong about Albert Fish, which I will get into later in the stream.
But you may be asking yourself, since cannibalism falls under homicide, then why isn't there any criminal or public records that legally prove the death of the children that were slaughtered and eaten for not believing in Christmas? Maybe it's because cannibalism is technically not illegal. For the reason of the child not believing in Christmas. That's why families don't just eat their own children for no fucking reason.
They don't just kill them for no reason. That would be filicide.
But if you deny this fact and claim that
no family would ever eat their own children as their Christmas roast after slaughtering them for not believing in Christmas, no family would ever do that.
you're committing the no true Scotsman fallacy.
Nope.
Before I play his response, I actually made a good point there. You know? Oh, nobody would ever do that. If families actually ate their own children, they're not true families. They're not actual families. They're just little strawmans of your conspiracy theory. Get that shit out of here. Alright, let's hear what you have to say.
Nobody's saying that no family would do that. There are some pretty screwed up families that do some very screwed up things in this world.
It's not a perfectly innocent world. We live in a very fucked up world as I speak now, as we speak. All right, continue.
However, parents eating their children for Christmas roast for not believing in Christmas is a pretty specific scenario. It is highly unlikely that families have ever done that. Or
based on his argument from incredulity, based on the fact that just, you know, denying any other video, just calling it cringy and retarded, is just a simple way to debunk everything I said. Just ignore it and just, you know, call it cringy and bad. Why don't you address those videos? Those other videos I made, I made proving my point, essentially. You didn't respond to that. You didn't care about that anyways. So why you act like you care now?
if they have, it is extremely uncommon.
Extremely uncommon. Extremely uncommon. Really, I've proven the death toll. You just watch that video. If you have, then you would know that. You would find yourself in denial. And that's really fucked up for you just to be in denial like this. You would need some fucking mental help.
That commonly happened like you were making it out to be.
It's when you made what could be called an appeal to purity as a way to dismiss relevant criticisms or flaws of your argument. In this form of faulty reasoning, one's belief is rendered unfalsifiable because no matter how compelling the evidence is, one simply shifts the goalposts so that it wouldn't apply to a supposedly true example. This kind of post-rationalization is a way of avoiding valid criticisms of one's argument.
Exactly! And what does he respond with? Well, watch.
Wow, you really do love your fallacies, don't you, Brian?
If I do say so myself. After just criticizing you and proving you wrong. Boy, do you like your fallacies so much. That's how butthurt he is.
Now, let me explain how the roast game theory works. First, let's define it. According to the Urban Dictionary, the roast game theory is the theory of who the child is when he or she was born and when he or she was slaughtered and eaten as a Christmas roast for not believing in Christmas. It's a theory based on the fact that families literally ate their own children as their Christmas roast after slaughtering them for not believing in Christmas from 1998 to the summer of 2017. 2. A catalog series on YouTube, BitChute, and Archive.org to show evidence of where the child was slaughtered by obvious bloodstains. Even before that, it was based on the smell of inside the house, because humans like children smell like a dead kid. Just like Darwin's theory of evolution, the roast game theory is a plausible theory. Just like evolution is a fact, the roast game is a fact too.
Well, okay. Let's see how he responds.
You are referencing an Urban Dictionary definition that you almost certainly added yourself.
Red herring. You made the sources yourself, so it must be false. Red herring. You gotta love it when dishonest cucks like this just throw out a red herring.
This doesn't give it any more credibility than you just saying it off the top of your head.
At the top of my head? You're still going with this red herring? That I'm the only one that just made it? Just, you know, to say that therefore everything I just said was wrong? You know, that's really hypocritical of you, since your confirmation bias I've shown and proven to the whole to the whole wide world of the internet. You feel like you're the one that's in the right to criticize me of essentially doing the same thing you're doing.
How do I find the name, age, and when and where the child was slaughtered, you may ask? Well, this explanation is rather long, so bear with me. I added the year the house was built by 1998, then divided by 18,568,322, or the total death toll of children that were slaughtered and eaten as their family's Christmas roast for not believing in Christmas. Then I get the first name, divide that decimal number by the number that is located at the middle of that number, then find the middle name of the child. After that, I multiply that number to the second power, then divide by 2, then I get the last name of the child. Then I use those 3 decimals that determined when he or she was born in half. Then calculate the number of days after November 17, 1998 to find when the child was slaughtered.
How do you know 18,568,322 children were slaughtered as Christmas roast? How do you know the name of the child? How do you know the house? How are you using math to find the names? Who else thinks this sounds like one of those equations to guess the age of your friends and make them think you're cool or have...
That's a bad analogy. Oh, presenting my argument. It's a very accurate way of finding when the child was slaughtered and all that detail. All those details. I've proven that death toll. Watch the fucking video. Just look through my channel and find it. Watch it. If you're still in denial or in your own echo chamber with confirmation bias, don't claim that I'm lying. Or else you're a hypocrite.
Magical math skills.
I usually use Planet Calc. It's called Date plus Days. I have season 2 of the Roast Game Theory premiering on YouTube in the summer. But if you don't want to wait long, go to archive.org and see for yourself. Like finding the length of the slaughter stain to determine...
That is a very inaccurate way of finding the height of a victim.
Yeah? What do you mean, inaccurate? Explain. You can't just say it's inaccurate and then just dismiss it. You gotta explain yourself. If you don't explain yourself, then your quote-unquote counter-argument there has just been left null and void. Or it has been rendered null and void. Let's continue.
Some slaughter stains don't fully or completely represent the height of the child.
Another thing, this whole straw man of you saying that it's inaccurate to measure the slaughter stain to get the height of the child, even when I never claimed that every single stain represented the height of the child. That's a straw man right there. Let's continue.
Slaughter stains may be brutal. It can be former puddles or former smears.
Yeah?
So just because the roast game theory is a plausible theory, it doesn't mean that the roast game itself is just a theory.
But that's just a theory. A conspiracy theory.
I'm about...
Yep. If you're in denial, if you're losing the argument, just attack the character of your opponent and dismiss any argument he says just so you can, belittle him and ignore anything that comes out of my mouth. Because he's a lying piece of shit.
To make a striking argument by analogy. It's like if I said that evolution is just a theory, while denying evidence that proves that evolution is a fact, and Charles Darwin's theory of evolution can explain how we evolved as a species.
One problem with that analogy, the theory of evolution has actual credible evidence that it is fact.
Oh, so it's a bad analogy. Because you can't accept the facts on both sides of this analogy. One side is evolution, the other is the roast game. You only have to accept the fact that evolution's the only one that has credibility, since you're ironically denying any credibility of the roast game, which it has credibility and it holds water, and it's based solely on reality, math, logic, and reason. It's not like I'm just belittling you or anything like that.
The roast game has nothing but useless math and retarded claims.
Yeah,
just
really?
Like saying that the
retarded claims. If you were so, confident of wanting to, if you're really wanting to address my arguments, address my fucking arguments. Don't just dismiss them and just only, mention, the fact that the calories add up and that's it, as you're willfully ignorant at this point.
Roast game is fact because it can be explained by the roast game theory with evidence and valid observations.
Not just that, but, the amount of times I've debated that topic. And it seems to, hold some water. And butthurt trolls on debate.org deplatformed me because of that. Well, way to go with siding with those people, huh? Or am I just attacking your character? Well, I'm not doing that at all. You're lumping me in with Alex Jones. You do know that, right? But it's only okay when you do it.
Evolution is a fact. The explanation of this fact is level of scientific achievement. In contrast, the common definition of theory means an untested idea. These conflicting definitions often cause unnecessary confusion about evolution. Therefore, saying evolution is just a theory highlights your ignorance of science.
But you aren't trying to prove a scientific
Evolution. And yet, you're conservative. Which mainly, I'm not the person to attack your character. I'm not going to do that, but I'm just pointing out that a conservative like you is in absolutely no position just to take the moral high ground. Because people politically or personally agree with you. You're just bandwagoning. You can't just bandwagon. It's just not how, actual discussions and debates or anything like that work.
So now, after I explained all of this, I'm in the mood for ranting.
Well, this is where I mentioned.
It's gonna be a long one, so, as I said before, bear with me. It's not like I'm trying to reignite the drama at all. So, let me get this straight. I'm lying to people, in spite of the fact that I do show evidence, the sources I cite, proof that the calories add up, regardless if you think that doesn't matter. Public records aren't automatically mandatory for every single child that died.
No, you are lying to people by using sites and sources that are created by you, making them unusable as sources and evidence.
Still going back to that red herring you made earlier in this video. You just gotta stick to that red herring for some reason, don't you? But not the remainder majority of my sources that of the sources, not my sources, the sources that I put in every description box of those videos. Pretty much. You can't just, you can't just resort to a red herring in ignoring actual evidence and context, historical context, that would prove you to be in the wrong.
As for these deaths, death certificates would be required because they would have been murdered for the purpose of cannibalism.
Murdered for the purpose of cannibalism. You're still lumping in cannibalism with murder. How dishonest, how disingenuous do you have to be just to go out of your way and make that argument? Oh, cannibalism is murder. Won't somebody please think of the children and help ignore this conspiracy theorist liar in a shell that believes that families ate their children for Christmas? It would only been ironic if you didn't attack my character, but you did. You attacked my character just like Going Gone did, just like Wilkincade did, just like all these douchebags in your own circle did.
They've done a shit job of doing so. Or the other option would be that they never really tried to clean it up hard enough, or they didn't even try at all.
How would an entire family, mother, father, grandparents, aunts, uncles, cousins, remain silent when they kill the kids?
I never said they did. Did I ever say, let's go back to the video. Did I ever say that every parent got rid of the death certificates of every child that was slaughtered. I never said that. So you're making this whole straw man up that I'm just saying that families are just covering this up silently. This is just fucking ridiculous.
Not to mention neighbors, friends, teachers, and other people who are actively in this child's life, who would eventually find out due to wondering where the child is once they went missing.
Regardless, that doesn't matter.
Like you're such the moral busybody. You're such a moral busybody. You know, it's ridiculous. You can't just use arguments from emotion and then accuse me of committing the fallacy, like the fallacy. Because you've done that in the last video that you responded to me with. Let's continue.
The truth is, and yes, I've said this before, I'm not a conspiracy theorist.
Yes, you are.
This is a
Douchebag.
message to anyone that doubts this and still calls me a conspiracy theorist regardless. I'm not lying to people for some cheap clicks, views, or subs. I'm not the one who's paranoid here. You are.
Says the guy who thinks it was common practice to murder children and eat them as Christmas roast until 2017.
But I'm not attacking your character, am I? You piece of shit. I'm not. You attack my character, and then you accuse me of being paranoid? You fucking hypocrite. What I've said was true, by the way, and you overreacted to that and said, wait, you're the one that's paranoid, Brian, as you're just projecting onto me. Yeah, what you just did is prove my point. Moving on.
You're only throwing ad hominem attacks to dismiss anything to the contrary of what you believe.
No, we're bringing up facts and evidence that very easily destroy your arguments.
Or the fact that you're so, self-unaware and so fucking biased and that you feel like you want to throw ad hominem attacks just so you can be edgy. And that you literally refused to address my arguments. You literally refused in the first fucking video. You refused to address my goddamn arguments. You're not the one to tell me that I'm just refusing, to fucking respond or anything like that. And I never said I refused. I never said that you are I never said that you were a conspiracy theorist at all. I never called you a conspiracy theorist. I'm only pointing out the fact that you're paranoid by attacking my character and projecting onto me, which proves my point anyway.
And not address any argument I ever made. And what I find most ironic is that it could only mean that you're projecting the fact that you guys are paranoid onto me just so you can lie about me. By the way, that alone can prove once and for all that I am not the one that's lying to my audience.
What audience?
And no, I'm not.
See? Their claims hold no water. Oh, Brian lied to his audience. What audience? You just contradicted yourself again. Let's continue on.
Not covering up any evidence, for fuck's sake.
Yes, you are. You falsely took down EMC's video because he disagreed with you and did a great job at dismantling your entire argument.
Cherry-picked example. Wow. You see how biased you are?
I have an entire ongoing series showing evidence that families ate their own children as their Christmas roast after slaughtering them for not believing in Christmas. Stop lying about me, motherfuckers!
Somebody mad we calling him out.
Oh no. Yeah, I'm mad. I'm mad because you're lying about me. And that art you stole looks shitty as fuck. Anime's gay! Just kidding.
This is especially a message to StarShadowWolf.
Hey, that's me!
You unimportant fuck.
Person of which, in an act of desperation...
Desperation? What am I desperate for?
You're desperate for attention. You're asking this now? You could have just... You could have just said that you know, oh yeah, because you weren't desperate and that you've refuted everything I said. Look at your cringy ass talking. Listen to your cringy ass talking right now. And see how fucking ridiculous that sounds.
I mean, it's not like I'd be gaining any audience off of you. You don't have an audience.
What do you mean I have no audience? You have an audience? But that's just like a non sequitur because, hey, we like debunking his bullshit with evidence. He thinks I'm shifting the post. He thinks I'm shifting the goalpost. What a fucking psychopath.
Parroted talking points, and even in the comment section of that video, a member of his audience didn't quite get what you were trying to prove.
As I stated in the last video, those who have not seen the entire drama would most likely not get what I was saying. Sammy was one of those people. Again, if anyone who doesn't understand what the drama is about and what's been happening, links to EMC, Will Kincaid, and Brian's channels will be in the description.
But with that out of the way, your video sucked, StarShadowWolf.
Funny, most people actually said it was good.
Only those in your in-group. And as of right now in this live stream, I'm debunking the shit out of your videos. All of them.
I thought you guys could just calm the fuck down and let this drama be a thing of the past. But no, StarShadowWolf had to drama whore his way out of the rabbit hole that these reactionaries can't seem to dig themselves out of.
Drama whore? Lol, you were attacking my friends, who are correct in their claims.
Cause you're a conspiracy theorist, Brian. Look at this dumbass furry. Hashtag gas furries. Fucking piece of shit.
So I retaliated, kind of an alliance type thing, I guess.
Just what? 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 You think that you're always right, but you're claiming that I'm lying to people. Still proving my point.
I would have done the same for you if we were still friends and you were correct. I honestly don't like drama, but I've had enough of your BS.
You can't say you don't like drama. Nobody can say that. I'm laughing all the time. It's because your videos are this fucking dumb. Seriously. And you're calling my videos dumb. So anybody that's not your friend is automatically wrong. You just stated it in as you were implying that, which is just fucking retarded.
Stop lying about me and concede to the fact that families literally ate their own children as their Christmas roast after slaughtering them for not believing in Christmas.
We weren't lying about you. And no, I will not concede to such insanity.
Such insanity does not go well. It does not fit with my narrative. It does not fit with my confirmation bias. It's nothing that we ever agree on. Ever. So it must be ignored or denied. And he must be a conspiracy theorist. And he is. He's a lunatic. Won't somebody please think of the children?
I am the fox with the chipped ear, signing out.
Also, StarShadowWolf, stop being so effing petty about the fair use opening. People shouldn't necessarily have a fair use disclaimer to be about 5 seconds long or shorter, because even if people do see this disclaimer, some will still flag the video regardless.
That's true.
This has been a well-constructed commentary/rant video. The truth is, I've been false flagged before for criticizing KWLM, a debate.org troll. It effing sucked. I had to wait 3 months for that strike to expire, and when it finally did, I decided to prove my point, and to this day, I have proven it once and for all. If you still want to deny this even though it is true, just know that you are willfully ignorant.
Exactly. That's just me pointing out your flaws. The flaws in your argument as of this live stream. Talk about these videos not aging well.
Stop being so petty, says the one who pointed out a punctuation error in a comment under a photo on DeviantArt.
You said that you were gonna be a little petty too. I'm not a hypocrite. I'm not. This is hilarious. This would probably be like my longest stream response ever on this channel. Let's continue.
So not only are you a conspiracy theorist, a thief, and petty, you're also a hypocrite. I was only pointing out that it doesn't need to be so long.
All those claims that you just made, all been refuted in this live stream. And hopefully not the, like, none of the same fucking bullshit lies should ever be repeated by anyone else who are indoctrinated in their own confirmation bias and their in-group.
Have it in there to make sure you're in the right and that people understand that what you use in your videos is fair use, but don't make it so long. A lot of people have been false flagged before, and it sucks that this happens to anyone, but that is the state of YouTube right now, and having an 8 to 12 second disclaimer won't change that. Anyway.
So why are you claiming that I'm petty? I'm not the one being petty, if that's what happens on YouTube all the time. You're only being petty is because that was the way I shown the fair use disclaimer. I mean, it's not that hard. That was another bullshit video I went through.
Anyways, that's the end of the video.
Alright. Well, you know, actually, insecure. So I relied on the Wikipedia source because it was much more secure. But that's not me appealing to authority because he disagrees with me. That's just me, you know, saving myself from getting DDoSed. Well, story time to prove Brian wrong? Nope, just a story about Albert Fish from an entirely different time than just after 1990, according to Wikipedia, like, about the whole thing about death certificates with New York State or something. Or even, or state, like, after 1998. 1998 and 1928 are entirely different eras, entirely different years, completely different times. One time you're in the roaring 20s, and one time you're close to the end of the fucking millennium. Or you're at the end of the fucking third millennium. You have this confirmation bias, and you're following to your conclusion. You're making these bullshit arguments just so you can come to your conclusion out of confirmation bias. So, I'm going to skip this bullshit video and move on to the next. Alright. Let's get this shit over with. Let's do it.
Alright, so this video is going to be unscripted, and my last video on Brian Mullins. This is just going to be pretty much talking about everything that I've missed so far. So.
And that's when he realized that he was so stuck in the loop of his own in-group. That's when he first realized that his head was so far up his ass that even if he was shown proof or evidence or historical data, bloodstains or anything like that, he would still deny it knowingly, just because it doesn't suit his narrative or the narrative that they've been pushing for that long of a time, for like 5 months or something. Well, it's time that you finally admit that you're wrong.
Well, let's just get this over with. So, first up is Brian's claim that I'm an art thief and a hypocrite. And, apparently, I am.
Well, okay then. Thank you for fucking admitting it, you lying piece of shit.
Because my friend who apparently made this profile pic that I use now for me, it turns out steal art. He makes art professionally, so why did he steal it? And apparently he did. So now I'm working on getting my own profile pic commissioned.
Which currently his profile picture is pretty much no different than this or the other profile picture he stole. So just getting that out of the way.
So hopefully by sometime next week that will be a thing, and I will never have a stolen profile picture. And I just have to actually thank Brian Mullins for pointing this out. Without him, I could have gone a long time having this stolen profile picture, and thanks to him, I no longer am going to have this stolen art. Another thing I have to address is when Brian called out in my video that I skipped a whole part of the video that gave context. And to that, I have to say that yes, I probably should have put it in there, like just for a few seconds.
For a few seconds? How about the entire time I was reading? The entire time I was reading. You only had to do that because either you couldn't upload longer than 15 minutes, or if you could possibly upload longer than 15 minutes, which probably you can't, you would still lie about it anyways and skip it.
Just the articles for people to pause and read if they want. And even though I said I was going to put the articles in the description, I forgot to do so. They are now in there, and that kind of thing is not gonna happen again. Hopefully.
Oh, it better the fuck not.
If I do, someone will probably call me out, and I'll fix it as soon as possible. Next up on the list is the Albert Fish video that you commented on.
Well, first, like I've said earlier in the stream, after I criticized him about his video and just saying that his video sucked, he responded with, "Oh, you're a dick, Brian." As if that's like a mature way to respond to criticism. Just throwing insults. It's like totally proof that they're not biased at all.
That video, he said, was just appealing to emotion.
And like I've shown earlier in the stream, I've shown this earlier in the stream and I've proven it.
And that I didn't mention certain things on purpose. Because it took away from what I was trying to say and proved me wrong. When that's not true. I put only murder in there because when he was tried, he was only tried for the cannibalization of the one child, because
You just said he also murdered. Oh, so he mainly got sentenced to death, mainly on the cannibalism thing. That's not how it works. That's not the only reason why he was sentenced to death. There were other things, not just cannibalism. So you have to leave that out. And you're addressing this now? You're addressing the fact that you've left this out on purpose? To be a dishonest little weasel that you are? Well, thank you very much. Thanks for being fucking honest for once.
that was all they had sufficient evidence for. He was tried and convicted of murder in that case. And the whole point of that video was to prove that, yes, if someone cannibalized an entire child, that would be considered murder, because you would have to kill the child to be able to cook and eat the child.
See? He didn't admit that he was just, using an emotional argument just to only mention the cannibalism of, like the cannibalization of a child that Albert Fish committed instead of also murder and all the others. In fact, I'll go right now, and I will show you. Albert Fish. See? You know, the murder of Grace Budd, right? The murder of Grace Budd. Other crimes. You know, there were other crimes too, you know that? Known like this, but the suspected ones are here. And that's it. So just only pointing out Grace Budd as just a victim of murder is not the same as just pointing out Grace Budd as a victim of cannibalism. And only cannibalism. Which you should have done, but then you would only be dishonest because you're taking the rest of the context out of, you know, Albert Fish's criminal history. Let's move on.
That was the point of that video. This is the post-recording StarShadow adding something here. One thing I forgot to mention was that Brian put a link in the description to the Albert Fish thing.
Yes, I did.
And kind of trying to make it out like I didn't put it in there.
I never said that. I've only put it on. I've only linked the Wikipedia article instead of the article you linked. It's because the source of the article you linked was not secure, and Wikipedia was. And that's it. Just continuing on.
When I put pretty much the exact same article in there, it was just formatted a little differently. Things were placed in it.
But where were the other sources in that in that source of the article? You know, Wikipedia is not just some sort of different formatting. There's links and references and citations right at the end of that article. And what did the article you linked have? Not really much. You see, there's a big difference. Wikipedia is a more reliable source than the source you gave me.
Different order. It was the same website, it was just a slightly different URL, and it was weird. But it's the same exact article, reads the exact same way, word for word, and it's in the description. And I encouraged you guys to click on it and read it for yourself. So I wasn't hiding anything. I wasn't trying to hide that he was a serial killer. I only mentioned the murder part because that's what he was.
No, you only mentioned the cannibalism part. Did you really have to word that differently? What a slimy fucking weasel you are.
Executed for. Next is him calling out another fallacy,
And here comes, here comes the hypocrisy alert. This is where it gets to the point where he doesn't even care about him being wrong anymore. Or him being right anymore. He just only cares that he could just dismiss anything I say and then falsely accuse me of committing the fallacy.
and I have a script pulled up of videos that I was supposed to make, so I'm kind of going off of those. So it's kind of scripted, but not really. Anyway, basically, I was going to talk about how he's also committing a fallacy. It's called
The fallacy, in which, just because I committed cherry picking, well, did he accuse me of cherry picking? Pretty much, since he's claiming that he's not hiding the evidence, but I am. Or something similar to that. You know what I mean.
the fallacy, or the argument from fallacy, which is the formal fallacy of analyzing an argument and inferring that since it contains a fallacy, its conclusion must be false.
Everybody's pretty much pointing out fallacies and bad arguments. Don't give me that shit. You called me a hypocrite. You committed actual fucking fallacies. Fallacies that people commit every fucking day. So you're essentially accusing me of cherry picking? And now you're gonna have the audacity to claim that I committed the fallacy? Really? I mean, that's just ironic.
It is also called the argument to logic, the fallacious fallacy, and the bad reasons fallacy. Basically, it's when you call out fallacies so much and disregard arguments because they contain fallacies that your argument becomes a fallacy.
Never did such thing. I've addressed your arguments. I've debunked pretty much every single one of your fucking arguments in this live stream as we speak right the fuck now. Boy, this video did not age well. And look at when this was posted. Nearly a month ago. And it already does not age well. I mean, it doesn't age well at all. For fuck's sake. Wow. I'm just pointing that out.
Itself. So, I had a little joke in there. Good job, buddy. Fallicizing your way to fallacy king. Another thing I wanted to address was that Brian Mullins called me out for skipping an entire part of the video.
Oh yeah, that was the main thing. That was the part where he cherry picked. He conveniently took that out, either because he couldn't upload a video longer than 15 minutes, or if he actually had the ability to, he would have taken that out anyways. That's cherry picking. You're accusing me of cherry picking. So, well, Brian's accusing me of cherry picking, but he commits the fallacy. That doesn't prove your point. Even if I said that you did not accuse me of cherry picking, it wouldn't change the fact that you committed the fallacy yourself. That doesn't make you correct for just claiming that I committed the fallacy. I will show you. It's in a Wikipedia article. Fallacy. Okay, let's go here. Further. Alright, here's the objection. That one can invoke the argument from fallacy against the position does not prove one's own position either, as this too would be an argument from fallacy itself, as in the case of Joe's argument or something in the article, or for this stream in the context of your arguments. It doesn't prove your point. It doesn't prove you right because you claim that I committed the fallacy, or that even if you never accused me of cherry picking, that wouldn't change the fact that you committed the fallacy yourself. You do know that, right? I'm just pointing that out.
His video, when he skips most of my arguments in my videos.
Oh wait, he did accuse me of cherry picking. Gotcha.
And only points out some of them. I don't know why he does that, but it's a little suspicious to me.
Hopefully this stream actually addresses every one of your arguments now, since you're that butthurt.
And the last video I was going to make on him was talking about his conversation with Bash the Token Target, including him in a new...
Well, I think that's all. That's, he's going to go off into a different topic or subject or whatnot. But I guess that's all I could really respond to, which is pretty much all of his videos that he responded to me with. So, in conclusion, StarShadowWolf is a lying, hypocritical, manipulative piece of fucking shit. Not only that he can't take criticism, and that he accuses me of cherry picking, while ironically committing the fallacy himself, is that he has to be a douchebag about it. Or, not only that, but he has to be a douchebag about it. Sorry if I stuttered. Man, I'm doing so much better than the last stream when I roasted the shit out of Will Kincaid. But It'll always get better as time goes by. Alrighty, that's the end of the stream. And holy shit, it's been going on for almost 2 hours? Well, we're gonna end it now. I'm the Fox with the Chipped Ear. Have a good night.